Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie Martin, and I'm a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Atlanta. It is Thursday, August 5th, and this is the weekly weather briefing for the next 7 days. A quick overview of what we'll be talking about. Temperatures will stay below average through Sunday and then rise back to near average early next week. We're watching a wave of some tropical moisture that will bring increased rain chances to our area, mainly Friday and Saturday. And then after that, we'll transition back to the pop-up afternoon, evening showers and storms that are typical for the summertime as we head into next week. Also, the National Hurricane Center is watching 2 disturbances over the central Atlantic Ocean that could further develop in the next 5 days. So we'll start by looking at the temperature trends for the next 7 days for our 4 main climate sites, and we'll start with Athens. So many of us may have noticed across, especially North Georgia, that we have been enjoying some relatively cooler air for this time of year. Maybe even noticed that it's a little bit drier. The relative humidity has been a little bit lower the last couple of days. So that will be changing as we head into early next week. Before at least the near term, the next several days will have highs in the mid to upper 80s in Athens, and overnight lows will generally stay in the upper 60s to lower 70s. And then early next week, highs will return to the lower 90s. A similar pattern for Atlanta. Highs for the next couple of days will be in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight lows, upper 60s to lower 70s. And then early next week, we'll be back to around 91 for our high temperature going forward Monday toward Wednesday. In Macon, we'll have highs again in the mid to upper 80s through Saturday, returning to the lower, even mid 90s as we head into the work week next week, with overnight lows generally in the lower 70s. And our last site, Columbus, will have highs for the next couple of days in the upper 80s to right around 90, and then we'll return back to 92 thereabout as we head into the early part of next week, with overnight lows in the lower 70s to mid 70s. All right, so backtracking a little bit to right now, this satellite image is the GeoColor satellite image, so a pretty realistic picture of Earth here. This was taken around 12:30 p.m. This Thursday afternoon. So an area of low pressure I've marked with an L there in the northern eastern Gulf of Mexico near the Florida Panhandle, and then the red line is showing you where a stationary front is roughly located. So that area of low pressure will meander northward as we go forward for the next couple of days, and that will bring with it a big push of tropical moisture that will be a big player in our weather as we go forward for the next couple of days. So now we'll talk rain chances. For today, Thursday, for the rest of the afternoon, we're mainly expecting just slight chances of some showers or a storm across the northeast Georgia mountains, where we tend to get some nice daytime heating, can kind of get some storms fired up there. And then across the far southern portion of our CWA, or our county warning area, closer to that stationary front and where better moisture is located. But again, these chances are pretty low. Tomorrow, Friday, we should see a pretty big increase in our chances for rain, especially across much of central Georgia, even portions of North Georgia, kind of along the I-85 corridor. We're looking at chances in the mainly scattered to even likely or numerous range. So we should see an increase in those showers and storms and their spatial coverage as we head into Friday. Now for the weekend, Saturday, another day with pretty good rain chances, pretty much area-wide, around 40 to 50, close to 60% chances for showers and storms. And then Sunday, you see where we kind of go back to the hit or miss pattern for showers and storms, with those rain chances on Sunday mainly in the 20 to 30% range. All right, so heading into next week, I mentioned that we would be more in the summertime pattern where the showers and storms are generally hit or miss. Could still see some areas where, say, moisture is kind of maximized, and those areas might be a better shot at seeing some more showers and storms on a given afternoon or evening. But in general, storm chances are around 30 to 70% for much of the area each day. I'll also mention that we aren't worried about any widespread flooding concerns going forward, but each could certainly see a chance for a couple storms to be stronger, sit over one area, and just dump a lot of rain. So each day we'll be monitoring for any storms that are really efficient rainfall producers and could cause any localized flooding problems. In a similar vein, we are watching for where the greatest rainfall totals look to be. And right now, the forecast is for the greatest atmospheric moisture to be mainly impacting the eastern portion of Georgia. But again, just to reiterate, this rainfall forecast is subject to change as models get a better handle on the path of that low pressure system I mentioned earlier coming out of the Gulf, and other factors. Also, locally higher rainfall totals will be possible with any storms that are stronger or severe and or train or just continue to travel over a given area. All right, now to the tropical outlook. These are the two areas of interest that the National Hurricane Center are watching, or is watching rather. One area farther in the central Atlantic is outlooked at just a 20% chance of further development, but an area of disturbed weather off of the western African continent is being outlooked for a 60% chance of further development. So this will be something we're certainly watching as we kind of are heading into or getting closer to the peak of hurricane season activity, and we especially see more of these types of storms, these storms that travel over the Atlantic. These tend to be more common around this time of year. All right, we'll start to wrap up now with a quick look at days 8 through 14 and the temperature outlook and precip outlook for that time frame. So this is beyond our 7 days. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. And they are starting to see maybe a signal in the models and the guidance for at least about a 33 to even a 50% chance, say, of higher than normal temperature. So we could be looking at a warmer than average period as we go out past day 7. As far as precipitation, the signal is not quite as obvious, so they currently have most of our area, if not all of it, basically in an outlook for normal amounts of precipitation. So no really big signal for above or below average precipitation for days 8 through 14. All right, to summarize, we are expecting temperatures to remain below average through Sunday, but then rise to near average early next week. A wave of tropical moisture will bring increased rain chances Friday and Saturday, and then we go back to more of the pop-up summertime afternoon showers and storms as we head into next week. And 2 disturbances are being monitored for further development in the next 5 days by the National Hurricane Center, and those are currently in the central Atlantic Ocean, far from U.S. soil, so any impacts are pretty much unknown at this point, but we're watching and seeing how those develop as we go forward. All right, as always, we invite you to connect with us. If you have any questions, feel free to call us at our phone number. They're listed on the screen. You can find this briefing on our briefings page along with a PDF version of this PowerPoint presentation. On the web, our website is listed there. We're also on social media, and this video, this recording, will be on YouTube as well. With that, I thank you all for tuning in and joining us, and we hope you have a great rest of your week and a great weekend.